On Monday, Mr. Hall sold 246 lemons and Mr. Clement sold half as many lemons as Mr. Hall. On Tuesday, Mr. Hall sold 83 lemons and Mr. Clement sold some lemons. The total number of lemons sold by Mr. Clement over the 2 days was 4/7 the number that Mr. Hall sold. And we're asked how many lemons did Mr. Clement sell on Tuesday and how many lemons did both men sell altogether on both days. Okay, just from the length of the question and the amount of information in it, you can tell really that this could well be quite complicated. And I think I'm actually going to end up drawing two separate models just to make sure that I've got all of my information straight. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is look at this first part. And we've got Mr. Hall and we've got Mr. Clement. So I'm going to do Hall and Clement. And this is going to be not quite a bar model as such, but you'll see what I mean. So, and I'm looking at what they sold on Monday and Tuesday. So we have Monday and Tuesday. Okay. And what are we told? We're told how many lemons Mr. Hall sold and that Mr. Clement sold half as many lemons as Mr. Hall. So if Mr. Hall sold this many, okay, we split that in half and Mr. Clement has a portion equal to that half, okay? And we're given some numbers here that Mr. Hall sold 246, all right? This whole thing has a value of 246, and Mr. Clement says half of that, and it's easy to divide 246 by 2. That's going to be 123. So Mr. Clement sold 123 on Monday. Right, what happened on Tuesday? Well, we're not comparing anything on Tuesday. We're just told that Mr. Hall sold 83 lemons and, well, Mr. Clement sold some lemons. That's a question mark, isn't it? We don't know that. So actually, all I'm going to do is I'll put in a little plus. This is 83 and, well, we don't know what that is. Okay, so what's the total sold? Okay, well, we know that for Mr. Hall, we can add 246 and 83. And if we add those, we get 329. So this is how many lemons were sold by Mr. Hall. But we can't work that out yet for Mr. Clement because we don't know this value. Okay, so we have then identified, here we've got a question mark, and that's going to help us answer this. Okay, so this is taking care of this first part. Now let's look at the second part. The total number of lemons sold by Mr. Clement over the 2 days was 4/7 of the number that Mr. Hall sold. Now, if we pay attention to what this 4/7 is a fraction of, it's 4/7 of Mr. Hall's total. So that means I'm going to draw a bar for Mr. Hall, a separate, and a bar for Mr. Clement. This is to represent the total. Okay. All right. And I'm going to split Mr. Hall's bar into sevenths because if Mr. Clement's is 4/7 of Mr. Hall's, well, Mr. Hall's must be 7/7. Okay, so I'm just going to go. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I deliberately don't use the squared paper just to show you that you can do it just with plain paper. And there's, different ways that you might draw it. Okay, so this is all of what Mr. Hall sold. I've divided it into sevenths because that's what it has told me to, in effect. And we have that the total number of lemons sold by Mr. Clement was 4/7 of this. So Mr. Clement, that would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Right. Well, let's see what we can do. Well, can we put any numbers in? What are the numbers that we were given? Well, so this is the total sold, yes? Well, we do have a value that we can put in here, don't we? We know the total number of lemons sold by Mr. Hall, and that's 329. Okay, so let's put that in here. That's 329. And we can see that this 329 is split into these sevenths. It's these 7 equal parts. So we need to do 329. We need to divide that by 7. And that is going to give us 47. So we now have the value of all of these parts. Okay, so all of these are 47. Now, if these are 47, so are these. Okay, because we drew this in comparison to this. All right, 47. And remember, we didn't know how many lemons Mr. Clement had sold, but now we can work that out. This is all the lemons that he sold, all right, which is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 times 47. And 4 times 47 is 188. So we now know the total number of lemons that Mr. Clement sold. So we can put that in here now, 188. And we're doing that because actually this is one of our questions. How many lemons did Mr. Clement sell on Tuesday? Well, we know that now that the total number that he sold on Tuesday was 188. And that 188 is split into 2 parts, 123 plus this unknown part. So if we take 123 from 188, we are going to be left with this missing value, which is 65. So I can now put in 65 here. And this is one of our questions. How many lemons did Mr. Clement sell on Tuesday? We've now answered that. That's 65. Okay. And we're also asked, how many lemons did both men sell all together on both days? Well, we can just simply go back to this, or we can look at this. We've got values for everything. We simply need to add 329. Okay. I mean, this is all that we're going to do. We're going to add these 2 together. And if we do that, we are going to get, 9, 17. Okay. And that's 4, and then that's 5. That's 517 all together. And that's our final answer. Okay. So I don't think there's anything complicated about this. It's just trying to be systematic about the whole thing, and just keep track at every point. What is it? What are you calculating? And then what is it that you need to do to move on to the next step? All right.